service. They spoke of multiple gunshots at that location. Responding officers responded to that location. The first officer that arrived on the scene found a vehicle on its side and in flames. Our officers searched the scene. They found multiple victims and alerted the fire department. The fire department came to the scene and basically took care of the victims at the scene and transported them to the hospital. At this time, we have 10 individuals that have been injured. One's deceased. 9 were transported to the hospital. Right now, our homicide and our Criminal Investigations Bureau are investigating this incident. It appears to be a mass shooting incident. We have multiple persons that are shot. Right now, we're determining the circumstances and the conditions in this case. With me this evening, we have to my right the administrative officer, DeAndrea Walker. Behind me, I have County Executive Johnny Oshesky. To my left, Fire Chief Joe Dixon and Councilman Herb Tell. Chief Dixon will speak next in reference to the fire response. In terms of police department, we are asking anyone that might have information about this incident to contact Baltimore County Police at 410-887-4636. That's 410-887-4636. And that's that 4636 is info, and that information goes right to our info center. Next will be Chief Dixon.
Good evening. As stated, Joe Dixon, Chief of Baltimore County Fire Department. Thank you, Chief. Approximately the same time, hour 7:15, Baltimore County Fire Department was alerted of a fire in the area of Johnson Funeral Home. Responded to the scene. First she's on the scene, mitigated the fire, and of course now we have victims on the scene, and they rendered treatment as appropriate. So we're proud of our responders. We're proud of our partnership in public safety of Baltimore County and keeping our community safe. Thank you.
Next, we'll have our County Executive, Johnny Oshesky.
Thanks, Chief. Good evening, all. I first want to just thank the men and women of both the Baltimore County Fire and Police Departments for the incredible work they do day in and day out. Their response here is no different. Please, as Chief McCullough has said, if you have any information in regards to tonight's incident, please let them know so that they can bring those who perpetrated tonight's act to justice. I will just say that this is an incident that is shocking, particularly for those of us in Baltimore County. These types of incidents are unheard of here, and so it really shocks the conscience. However, we want our residents to know that we are, as always, fully committed to ensuring that both our fire and police departments have the full support and all the resources that they need from Baltimore County government to ensure that they bring this investigation to conclusion. Obviously, it's very early on, but our hearts go out to anyone who's impacted by violence. We will be supporting our public safety officials in the work ahead. And I just thank them for the work that they're doing now and that is ahead. So with that, I'll open things up to questions for the chief or others, and appreciate your interest tonight. Thanks.
I have a question for the chief. What led to that car to catch fire? Like, was there some kind of, was there a crash first, or was it what led to that fire?
We're still investigating it. What we do know at this time, there appears to be some type of incident that led to the vehicle crashing and catching on fire. Right now, our investigators are looking into the circumstances leading up to that.
Now, was that car stolen, or did it belong to one of the victims?
That's something we're investigating right now.
Yes. We back in the building with another podcast vlog, and this is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog, and I'm your host, Ham 5000. And what you listening to right now is a mass shooting at Towson, Maryland, which is better known as Baltimore County. Let's get back in here, and we're going to feed off this. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to my channel. Let's tap in.
Hospitals.
And that deceased was from the gunshot?
That's what we would assume at this time. Yes.
Did the shooting happen outside of the funeral home, or was that just where the car was found on fire at the funeral? And my second question, maybe a tail that were all of the 10 victims found by that car, or were they in different locations?
At this time, we're still investigating that and trying to determine those circumstances. What we do know is that the vehicle appeared to flip over at that location. It caught fire somehow. We do know that there's multiple gunshots to the facade of the building. We know that there's some additional.
I can tell you whatever though.
Investigating right
Whoever,
now. Other gunfire took
going to
place
prison
throughout the neighborhood, and that was
whoever did this is going to prison.
Calls for service from the neighbors who were
I'm here
calling
to tell you,
911 about the gunshots.
they don't play no games in Towson.
There's no threat at this time. We believe this to be a targeted incident. That it was isolated. It appears that the individuals in this case somehow knew one another, and that this incident was
somebody already
targeted towards the individuals that were involved in this incident.
How do you know there's no more threat to the public if you said that there was multiple?
It's an isolated event. Somebody already told. It's Towson. You know, you get out that shower in the morning, make your little locks on.
Right now, our investigators are investigating this, and we're utilizing all our resources, gathering up evidence, and that includes video evidence and other information that we have in this case. And once again, we are asking the public to call us at 410-887-4636 at our info center if they have additional information. But we will leave no stone unturned, and we will dedicate every resource.
I promise you.
To this. We don't generally see this type of thing in our communities in Baltimore County. This is an isolated incident, and
I'm here to tell you, I'm from Baltimore. And the most jail time I ever caught in my life was Baltimore County. And I'm here to tell you firsthand, this is how Baltimore County works. They do their investigation. They make sure they got what they got, and they go for the kill switch. I'm here to tell you, whoever involved in this, there's gonna be a lot of talking going on, because them county people is gonna threaten somebody's freedom. And that time that they kicking out for that, 1 murder, 8 attempts. Whoa, man! My brother got a life sentence for a first-degree attempt to murder, so that's 8 life. That's 9 consecutive life sentences. That's 9 consecutive life sentences, plus discharging a firearm and whatever the incident is. And now they saying each other knew the incident. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch going on with this. It's a whole bunch going on with this.
Gun situation that led up to the funeral home, and it ended right there at the funeral home. So it was along
it ended at the funeral home
location.
So were they
more than one shooter?
We don't know that at this time. We're still investigating that and gathering all the information we can. It's still early in our investigation. I'm very sure
it's very early in the investigation, real early.
Well into the morning when we could have more daylight and we could look at the scene even more. But
yeah,
our crime lab, our investigators, homicide investigators, our entire team will be working on this.
Traffic gonna be hell. You got to go out Towson this morning.
I don't know at this time.
How?
To a funeral in progress at the funeral home? Or?
No.
They tired of that out Towson because, you know, Towson's a pretty nice place. And, you know, the kids been getting some carjackings at the mall. It's like the nonsense is coming out Towson. But one thing about it, when the nonsense go out Towson, it ends out Towson. I'm here to tell you, I'm a person that did that bit. That got caught up out there. Hey, I'm here to tell you, bro, they make believers out of men. You know what I'm saying? Towson, that courthouse out there, they make believers out of men, bro. They knock your fucking head off. So whoever want to do that, bro, he better off doing like a little death threat or something, committing suicide for they catch him. I'm just here to tell you. It's all you, man. Listen, I don't even know if certain lawyers going to want to touch that. But that $50,000-$75,000 is gone to the dogs. You know what I mean? That $50,000-$75,000 just gone to the dogs. I promise you it is. Promise you it is. And this just happened. This shooting just occurred, bro. This just happened last night. So it's gonna be a lot on this. It's gonna be a lot on this, bro. And and if they find out it was multiple shooters, that's difficult. But it's 9 injured, 1 dead, bro. That's 8 bodies. I mean, that's 8 attempted murders and 1 murder waiting for your name to add to the charge papers. I ain't even gonna lie, waiting for your name. And I wonder, like, what the hell? Like, oh man. And it's not even enough. It's another mass shooting. We go back to back. 15-year-old brings a gun to school in Wisconsin. That's, to see this out Towson, you kind of know this is like a beef. But to see that shit in Wisconsin, it's to me, it's regular. Because in old small mountain towns and shit, you always heard about one of them kids going off the meat rack and taking the gun to school. So I want to see teen shooter identified. So I want to know, what was this teen reason for taking a gun to school and killing? We about to find out right now. I'm about to tap in with y'all right now. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Hand 5,000 in the morning. Raw Dope Podcast. We out with you.
Abundant Life Christian School.
Abundant Life Christian School in Wisconsin. So we got probably potential shootout in Baltimore and a kid, again, shooting up somebody's school.
A second grade student called 911.
Second grade student.
To report a shooting had occurred at school.
But they found out that was the teacher, not a second grade student.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We have a team of reporters spread out from.
This is crazy right here, bro. This is bananas.
Just shared new information.
2 mass shootings, less than 24 hours from Baltimore to Wisconsin. Come on, y'all. Come on. Gotta do better.
Shannon, minutes ago, we learned that the school shooter has been identified as 15-year-old Natalie Ruffnow, who
15 years old.
By the name of Samantha.
Samantha.
They say that she did go to Abundant Life Christian School, and this morning she walked into that school with a handgun. Here are the details in the timeline police say unfolded.
Gotta watch out for your kids when you send them to school.
When a second grader made the call to 911 saying that they heard gunshots being fired inside the school. 3 minutes later, law enforcement officers were on scene. At 11:05, police say they found Ruffnow dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and a handgun. At the same time, EMS and Madison Fire were also there and
killed herself.
Students and staff in
That's
clearing
terrible,
the
man.
school. Police say the shooting happened inside a classroom that was in a study hall period with students in all different grades. A teenage student and a teacher were killed. 6 others were injured. 2 students are still in critical condition tonight. 1 teacher and 3 students have non-life-threatening injuries.
This has been a rough day for our city. This has been a sad day. This is going to be a day that will be etched in the collective minds and memories of all those from Madison.
Police and school leaders tonight are urging parents to talk to their students. Given the fact a second grader was the one who called 911, police say it's important to talk to your kids when and how to call 911 and ask for help when it's needed. They're also urging people in the community to reach out for help if you need it. Local resources are available, and if you're battling a mental health crisis and need immediate help, you can call 988. Police say they will give their next update tomorrow at 1 p.m. TMJ4 will be there. I'm live in Madison. Jenna Ray.
That's tough, bro.
TMJ4 News.
All right. Yeah, thank you. The investigation into the shooting led authorities to a home on Madison's north side. Detectives have been there much of the day. So has our Megan Lee. She is live now. And as you've learned, the 15-year-old girl may have lived in the home behind you.
She killed herself.
Yeah, Shannon, that's
She
right.
killed
I watched
herself.
law enforcement go in and out of this house behind me throughout the day. And the police chief in Madison says that
They might charge her
suspected
parents.
shooter did live here. Family told them they could come in the home and search the home. I want you to look at what the scene looked like earlier today as officers went in and out of the house. I want to note here that this home is about 8 miles away from Abundant Life Christian School and just north of downtown Madison. As you can see in the videos, the door was taken off of the home as well as a window being broken. I talked with neighbors on and off camera who tell me that the window and the door were taken off by flashbangs. They heard two loud booms around 1:20, 1:30 this afternoon.
They fucked them
said
people
officers
house
swarmed
up.
their neighborhood, and that's when officers made
If the
entry
girl was
into
dead
the
on
home.
the scene,
We
why
know
did
that
y'all
this
go
home
and
is
run in her
owned
house like
by
that?
a man
Like,
per
real
property
shit.
records. This home is owned by a man who's identifying himself as the shooter's suspected shooter's father. He has identified himself online, saying that. But neighbors are just, worried. They were concerned throughout the day, telling me they wanted to know what was going on as they saw police, kind of take over their block and looking for any answers into what happened early this morning. Take a listen to what one neighbor had to say.
This is crazy.
Well, I heard the news afternoon.
She looked like she's from like a poor white trash neighborhood. Like no disrespect to nobody, they call out shit ghettos, but she looked like she's where, just like a trailer park area.
Nobody was around, and
I'm gonna get into that next.
They're in there mopping up the mess.
15 years old.
There were some questions answered tonight. However, there's many things that are unknown still. How did this 15-year-old girl get her hands on a gun, as well as what the motive was? And the police chief
Hazy,
said,
what up? Good morning.
Answers inside this home.
I'm up before the sunrise first to hit the block.
8 miles from Abundant Life Christian School. We'll be working to figure out more answers as to what happened in this tragic
Wisconsin
incident. Live in Madison, Megan Lee.
So basically, we talking about two things that y'all just tapped in. Mass shooting in Towson, 9 injured, leaves 1 dead. Car crashes, a big thing. Police waiting for waiting for the sun up. And the same thing here in Wisconsin. At a Christian school, a 15-year-old girl walks in there, shoot people. Some people died, some people stayed alive, and then she killed herself. Then the police went and took a door off the hinges, raided her house. I don't know what they got out of that, but this all happened yesterday. It's breaking news, you know what I mean? It all happened yesterday, and it's sad. It's sad that these kids, and we haven't done nothing yet to protect the kids with other teenagers or other children knowing where to get guns from. And some of these kids are just, in our community, if a kid take a gun to school, it's not right to take a gun to school. But just in a black community, if a kid take a gun to school, he's got a problem with a group of people or a person. But in their community, a kid take a gun to school, he becomes a mass shooting. Just like Columbine, just like all these mass shootings you've seen in this area, it is tragic. Because no matter what shape, creed, color, size you is, nothing like this should happen. You shouldn't be somewhere, man, in school where school used to be a safe place. For some kids that was less fortunate, used to get 2 meals a day in school. You know what I mean? You get away from the nonsense going on in the community. You get away from the nonsense going on in your house. So when you're in school, you're away from the home life. You're away from everything, and you engaging with your friends. But to know, and it's been going on for years, that it could potentially be a mass shooting at your kid's school, it's horrifying, bro. It's very, very horrifying, bro. I know parents were scared to death. I know some parents probably got arrested because I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go up in there, man. There ain't no barricade, and I'm going in there. They're gonna have to lock me. They're gonna have to muscle me down and lock me up with your kids. Even if my sister's a school teacher, man, I'm going in there about my sister, man. Y'all sitting out here negotiating with dudes, man. I'm going in there to get my sister, man. I don't care what he got. We got him too. You get what I'm saying? I don't care what he got, because y'all sitting up here negotiating. Well, y'all should get in there and go in there and save people lives. Real talk. Well, y'all should get in there and go save people lives. I'm 100% facts about that. 100% fact about that. Come on, man. Her name is Natalie Samantha Ripnow. Like, come on, Natalie. What was going on? We want to know the father. Because they said the house that she lived in has had a father, there's a mother around. We want to know about this kid, because I think you should do a psychological research into mass shooting kids and see, yo, you a kid. Where do you learn this from? Because when the Columbine thing happened, the internet wasn't out. Now the internet out for the recent mass shootings. But like when I was a little younger in those mass shoots, the internet wasn't out. So these crazy, because something's going on up there. When you take a gun to school and just want to hit. And a lot of kids that get bullied and stuff like that. That's why you got to be on point. You got to teach your kids or your teenagers not to bully. And then you got to teach your kids or your teenagers how to deal with bullying. They're just two big things that go on because what are making these kids go in there and take a gun and want to kill their friends? That's tough, bro. What's making these kids want to take a gun to school and kill their friends? And I don't know if this girl was white or was she's black. But it is in Wisconsin, it's multicultural. So all their schools are interracial. You know what I mean? You might have Spanish, black, and what. When I went to school, I went to mostly black, all black kids in school. So we ain't really see multicultures. You get what I'm saying? We ain't really see multicultural. She was white, okay. So that's crazy. That's crazy, and I'm not no disrespect to no shape, creed, color, but they're known for doing that. They had that much hatred in their heart. And I think, if a black kid do that, I'm telling you, he's doing that to a gang member or doing that to someone that he's actually beefing with. You get what I'm saying? I just don't got you just going in there randomly shooting people. What did you get off of that? But taking somebody's life and making somebody's life, you made somebody day, life, and the rest of their life a living hell. You got kids that probably don't want to go back to school, that their parents got to force them, hey, I'm a transfer, you're going to go to school, or this don't happen to that. You can't believe that. How the fuck is you getting into school with a gun? Probably in Wisconsin, they ain't got no metal detectors because they're not used to shit like this happening. Man, they had metal detectors in school when I was in school, so we wouldn't, shoot each other. Now you have to have the metal detectors in school, so kids is going through something up here or having problems at home or going bullying, that they don't come in here and shoot up the school. Because when I was younger, guys was bringing stuff to school to protect themselves and not to get banked. Getting jumped on was a big thing when I was little. So dudes was bringing that, and a lot of dudes wasn't trying to really shoot nothing. They just want you to know that I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. So that's tragic, man. Like I said, man, I had to cover both of those stories. It was a mass shooting in Towson. 9 people were shot, 1 dead. And then Wisconsin, I don't know the body count on the Wisconsin thing. Later on in the show, before I jump off, I'm going to go back and see what it is. But now everybody want to know. Everybody want to know. Inquiring minds want to know this. Everybody want to know something. Just send my description. So, DC drug lord that turned federal informant, that flip, has died at the age of 60. And I don't know the cause of death. I don't know, was he killed or nothing?
From prison months ago, he
Just got out of prison
for introducing and then fueling the crack epidemic in DC in the 80s. Prosecutors say he ran a sophisticated enterprise that moved massive amounts of cocaine that had a street value of $15 million.
In July, he was transferred from prison to a halfway house down in Florida. His former attorney posting this message to social media tonight, saying he just talked to Edmond yesterday and that he is floored by the news.
The feds say that Edmond controlled as much as 30% of DC's cocaine market, and his drug ring was linked to 30 homicides.
Wow. But they're not saying what happened to Raful Evans. Nobody knows. They confirming that he's deceased, but they're not saying what happened. Nobody knows what happened to Raful. Okay, let's hear this. Die of a deceased. You know what I mean? Let's hear this guy.
Passed away supposedly today at the age of 60. The recently released former Washington, D.C. infamous kingpin.
Yeah.
I'm going to include a link to a long story I did on him. But he passed away at the age of 60, supposedly while working out. He was released just earlier this year. There was that infamous sighting of him at the airport where he said back and better than ever. Apparently not. Now, what's the percentage chance that this is just a cover story from the feds? Less than 50, but more than 0. There's definitely a chance that that's a lie. After the embarrassment of what happened with Alpo, maybe they didn't want to have another embarrassing thing happen. But also, Edmond told on a lot of big drug dealers. He testified in cases all around the country. So what's interesting, Edmond, while he was in prison, even after he did his set up the people he set up for the deal he cut to get his mother out of prison. For years, he was going around the country and testifying as an expert witness. One of his conspiracy partners was Rosella Blanco's son. So he was plugged in with Colombians, and there's really no telling who he might have had wanting to kill him. So I certainly think it's definitely possible that this is a lie, that Edmond is alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he was 60, and it's certainly possible he passed away. I'm not saying I think he's alive, but he might be. But Rayful Edmond is officially alleged to have passed away. Now, Prophet American Dope, go watch the Rayful Edmond story.
So here we go. Now that was shocking. Now that was shocking that he just said. That makes sense because the feds lost one when they let Alpo go. So they saying Rayful Evans sent Colombia drug laws to prison. They say maybe they could be faking his death. That's what you know what I mean. Maybe he could be faking his death, man. Rayful did a lot of shit, and it's like, hold up, Ray. You know what I mean? We gonna have to, you know what I mean? We gonna have to put the death certificate out because it's like you died. You know, you was in a halfway house in Florida, and you just die, and don't nobody know the reason. I mean, I guess it's gonna come out today. But it's been 12 hours. It's been 12 hours, so something should shake about Rafe. It's been 12 hours. Somebody should know something. How did he die? Is it going to be a funeral for him? Like what it is? You know what I mean? I don't even know talk about him. They say send something before death. I mean, a lot of dudes reporting on it. But you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm here with some. I'm gonna see what some guys saying. Free at 35 before death. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all ain't familiar with Rayful Evans, I'm gonna put you. I don't want to give him too much time. I'm gonna give you a little something on him. You know what I mean?
Stole the water swallowing. He go do it again. You got them all inside. Got them all inside. And when he get back inside the institution, he spit them out.
What's the most you ever heard of those? That any one person?
That I haven't seen one person bring. I've seen somebody bring in like 60 out.
Edmond says prison officials know this goes on.
It keeps the jail mellow.
Well, yeah, I remember this.
They did to get high and chill. So they say.
So I'm gonna put y'all down if y'all don't know who Rayful Evans is. Rayful Evans is from the District of Columbia, and he's a drug lord. One of the biggest drug lords ever in the history of DC. He sent some good men to prison. Good men to prison. Some good men to prison, and one of them being the guy Tony. He sent some good men to prison, and it was alleged that he turned a man into a woman in jail. He got locked up. He took his time like a man. Then he started working when they locked his mother up. He was making money from behind the doors. He was doing a lot of stuff. But the ending of his story, as rich as he was, as much power as he was, and as respected he was in the DC street, he decided to become a federal informant, going all around the country, giving his expertise on case. He just went straight left with it. You get what I'm saying? He went left with it. So I know a lot of some people might be popping champagne. So that's why that guy that do those documentaries said it's a possibility Rayful not dead. 60 years old, been in prison. You know what I mean? When I seen the clips of him, he looked healthy. You never know. You know, the outside is not the inside of your body. So you never know what's going on. But I'm just saying, you just died. You know what I mean? You just died. You know what I mean? In the yard, you just died. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know all of them. Yeah. DC, what up? DC, No Cat TV, what up? I mean, I fucks with DC. They our cousins that we always argue with. But no, DC, my guys. So you know about Rafe. You know, so but people saying that the feds just say he did because he did send a lot of people to prison. He has sent a lot of men and women to prison. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he has. Plug my phone up because I gotta get to the function. Yeah, so he sent a lot of people to prison. He's known for that. I think in my lifetime, I seen a lot of shit happen. But great documentaries that I watch and stories I watch, I think the two most infamous people I ever seen do that outside of New Jack City, Nino Brown, and that was like a movie type shit. Rayful Evans and Nicky Barnes, and like just watching documentaries gotta be like the most, and Henry Hill like gotta be the three most infamous rats I ever seen. I mean, it's a top 5 rat list. Nicky Barnes, Rayful Edmonds, Henry Hill, goddamn Alpo, and goddamn Sammy the Bull. Probably like the 5 biggest rats I've ever seen in my life, like on documentaries and TV series. Them boys is vicious. I ain't gonna hold you. They're absolutely vicious. What them niggas did, bro. Absolutely vicious. I feel like this, man. You know, do like El Chapo. Go lay down. El Mayo. You know what I mean? Go lay down. Lay down, man. Listen, y'all dudes went to trial. Laws changed. Y'all been baby come home like some of the great Baltimore legends. Mr. Peanut King. He came home. He came home, man. Mr. Rudy Williams. He came home. Mr. Dennis Wise. He came home. Marlo Stanfield. They came home. Those honorable men. Cat Eye Tony. They came home. They came home, bro. They showed us here in Baltimore. And it's a lot of stand-up men from Baltimore. A lot of stand-up men from D.C. You know what I mean? And all those like Tony Lewis out of D.C., they stand-up men had that bow and came back off that bow ride. Ain't no options and working. Ain't none of that, bro. We gonna fight till we get free. You get what I'm saying? And that's what those men did, man. And I salute. But those men's stories don't get publicized enough in my eyes, and I'm gonna start documenting that. Some of these guys, it's not right. It's not right what some of these guys were charged with, but they did their crime. They paid their debt back to society and they came home. They didn't take no shortcuts. Dirk father came home off for life. Y'all name him, put a life for homeboy. I got 3 life, one of my brother, man Hollywood, my man Bulls. Y'all check out them prison calls. They doing life, man. They ain't think about going to them. I gotta lay down, man. I gotta fight to get my freedom back. But some of these guys took that route out, and Rayful is one of them. So a lot of people just gonna be laughing. Then they put him in Florida, like, yo, then you tell them some Colombia drug lords, like Colombia's right there. The world's crazy. What they say?
In 1989, when he was arrested and sentenced to life in prison without parole, his Operation Downfall exposed the grim realities of, coke-fueled violence in the nation's capital and made Edmond a cautionary tale for the generations that followed. However, decades later, his cooperation with the federal authorities on investigations led to a reduction in his sentence, which eventually paved the way for his release earlier this year. So in July, he was released, and he actually made a couple of appearances that sparked mixed emotions from the DC community. While some questioned the former kingpin's return and his remarks about being better than ever, others were hopeful that his story could serve as a lesson about redemption and change. The news of his passing spreads, and many reflect on Edmond's complex legacy, one that remains etched into the fabric of Washington, D.C., decades after his reign ended.
So, down goes Rafe. You feel me? Down goes Rafe. I don't know if anybody really care, but that's what happens, man. That's what happened, man. You know what I mean? That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. We got those mass shootings. Rayful Evans died. And then, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? I missed y'all yesterday, man. I was so tired, man. I was off for 24 hours sleep. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get back into that Wisconsin thing. Because I want to know. I don't know how many people died, and I don't like to leave my audience unaware. You know what I mean? I'm looking for Kenny. I'm gonna start doing prank calls in the morning too. Y'all gonna be tripping off me. People know my number though, so I gotta get a whole new number. How do I get a number? I need a number because I'll start doing prank calls and I'll start fucking with my friends, doing things that I know. You feel me? Like just doing crazy shit. This should be so funny. It'll be like really funny, like, you feel me? You know what I mean? It'll be super funny. It'll be super cool. You know what I mean? But hey, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. What else we got out here, man? Because I just run through stuff, man. But that Rafe thing, I'm trying to find anything I could get on Rafe. They still got the guys in the joint. So we see what's trending. Oh, and I want to know, and they got to play. My man Jay-Z's lawyer speaks out.
Says
We gotta
the
hear
sexual
this.
assault claim against the hip hop mogul is false. A woman has accused Jay-Z of raping her at an after party for the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards when she was 13 years old.
I didn't believe that about Jay-Z. Jay-Z ain't raped nobody. They couldn't get me to believe that.
A fantasy. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has a
She
link
just thought she was gonna get some millions or a couple $100,000. That's what happened.
Jay-Z's attorney is doubling down on a denial that his client ever raped a 13-year-old girl. Now, Jay-Z has already fiercely denied these accusations, and his legal team has already asked the court to dismiss this case entirely. But now, for the first time speaking to reporters since these accusations came out, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, held a press conference of sorts. There was a private meeting at Jay-Z's Rock Nation offices in New York City where CNN was invited to watch a presentation put on by Jay-Z's attorney, where he had a PowerPoint where he showed different details that he says disprove Jane Doe's case. Let's take a look at some of what he said.
This is not an account of inconsistencies. I wanted everybody to understand that this never happened. This is completely false. You have to.
I ain't never believe it.
You have to look at the timeline. So there's an old expression that time doesn't lie. Everything else that I'm talking about, these glaring inconsistencies, these are not minor inconsistencies. These are not minor problems with this story. This is utter falsehoods. Time never lies. And so if you look at the time, no matter what, this couldn't have happened. It's not even possible that this happened.
Now, as you heard there, Jay-Z's attorney saying that these aren't just inconsistencies in Jane Doe's
That's
case.
what it
He's
is.
saying that the entire thing is false. In fact, he says it's not even possible that Jay-Z was there. Now, if we go back to Jane Doe's initial complaint, she alleges that she was raped by both Jay-Z and Sean.
I knew that was a joke. I knew that was a
MTV
joke.
Video Music Awards in the year 2000. Now, this after party, she said, was held at a White House that was outside of the city. Well, Jay-Z's attorney actually showed photos of Jay-Z that night at an after party, but it was in New York City. So he says, if you look at the timeline, it's not possible that Jay-Z was in the suburbs at this alleged after party because he was photographed being somewhere else. Now, in her initial complaint, Jane Doe also said that she got to this alleged after party by getting into a limo from a driver outside of the.
I ain't believe that anyway. No driver ain't picking up no random chick. Just handed you a chick.
Jay-Z's
Come on.
attorney is saying that's not possible because the limousine line was barricaded by the police and fans were not able to access it. Now, I reached out to Jane Doe's attorney. His name is Tony Busby. He says that he is representing over 120 accusers of Sean Diddy Combs. This is the first accuser to come forward and name Jay-Z, but he tells me that he stands by his client.
Tony Busby full of shit.
But when I asked about the vetting process,
Tired of Tony Busby.
he said that 4 individuals at his firm interviewed the client and checked details. He says that a background check was run on Jane Doe and that his firm actually engaged a seasoned investigator to vet some details she disclosed to us. And he said, quote, those results were consistent with what the client had told us. He
We
also
don't
said
believe
that
it.
He signed 2 separate affidavits, and he tells me, quote, courts exist to resolve factual disputes. Our client remains adamant about her claim.
Right. We got new on hip hop. So I was reporting the other day too on Whack 100 versus Top 5. So I want to see what's going on with that. You know, Top 5 versus Whack 100. You know what I mean? And OTF Jam made a statement too. OTF Jam made a statement saying that when he get his paperwork back and this and that and this. I didn't really get into it, but I'll get into it later. You know what I mean? And let me see what Lil Durk lawyer talking about. Lil Durk lawyer drop a bomb shop. Just running through news with y'all. Good morning. Know some of y'all up. Y'all gotta put me in y'all car. You know what I mean? Turn it on, baby.
of exhibits in support of his pretrial release. The tide might be turning for Durk a little bit, boys. Durk's defense team is already trying to dismantle the state's case. The state's lyric theory was that Durk was commercializing the music, and they cited lyrics from a specific song. Well, his defense lawyers are saying, yo, that song was made months beforehand, and we have proof of it. Also, remember how I made a video on how he tried to flee the country? Apparently.
No, hey, they stole that. They stole that. They stole that. He stole Keeping It a G. Listen, I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. Keeping It a G is my guy. He's another content creator from Baltimore. And this man just did a story. And I got this information from my guy Keeping It a G News because he did his research. And he was the first one to report that they try to say Durk booked 3 flights in multiple places. That was a lie. Durk booked 1 flight to Dubai, and you know how your flight to get to Dubai, you gotta go 1, 2, 3 things. That's exactly what happened. The song that they trying to use against Durk was made in January, and the producer pulled it. The Durk case is falling apart. It don't know nobody come forward and flip on Durk. Durk got a chance of beating the feds. You know what I mean? Durk got a chance of beating the feds, and 2 brothers I seen beat the feds by the name of Irv Gotti and Gene Gotti on some serious charges like this. They was caught up. The racketeering case was Supreme, and they got found not guilty, man. They got found not guilty, and that's it. And the feds put this out to the public. So with them putting this out to the public and his lawyer finding beyond a reasonable doubt that that's not true, it should be some type of bail hearing. That's why they hit him with that new shit in Chicago. You know what I mean? Because they know this one thing in California not really going to stick. But let's hear what he got to say.
Border Protection showed that Banks had been booked as a passenger on 2 international flights. A one-way flight from Miami to Dubai, connecting through Doha, Qatar, scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, and a one-way flight from Fort Lauderdale to Switzerland, connecting via New Jersey, also scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th.
It's a lot.
7 days after he was arrested. He never boarded the flights. At approximately 6:40 p.m., the FBI received additional CBP notification that Banks had been booked as a passenger.
They lied.
Departing Miami and destined.
Keeping It G reported it first. They lied. They lied.
8 p.m. before that flight, he was arrested in the vicinity of the airport. 2017. So they got him on United Economy. Boys.
Right.
Ain't no way in hell Durk is flying United Economy. Here's what Durk's lawyer has to say about him allegedly fleeing. Defending further argued that Banks wasn't trying to flee the country when he was arrested with luggage near Miami airport last October. The same day, authorities started arresting his alleged co-conspirators in the underlying indictment. In an affidavit, an FBI agent previously wrote that Banks had been booked that day on a separate one-way flight to Switzerland and Dubai. Banks didn't board those flights and was arrested trying to board a private jet for Italy. According to his lawyer, he simply made various reservations that all shared the same goal of getting him to UAE, a destination he frequently visited for his work in the music industry and his Muslim faith. When Banks realized he could only get economy class for the journey with multiple stops, he decided to book a private jet instead, his lawyer said. Banks was set to stop in Italy and then immediately continue on to UAE. This is a great explanation that I didn't think of.
A great explanation.
Wasn't just another location he was trying to flee to. It was a fucking stop to get to UAE.
Got him.
So it's not as suspicious.
Got him.
Bro hired some good lawyers.
Got him.
Things that prosecutors have nothing to finger on anything.
Smirk. Got him.
Criminal charge. He says his client truly is
Smirk. Got him.
Case in Chicago involving the January 22.
Come on. Now they putting up anything on
that. They have to have more evidence because I'm pretty sure all they had was the text messages of someone saying, "Did Durk pay you?" and lyrics. I don't think that's enough to charge someone with a crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people our client has nothing to do with. That's not part of our case. We can only address what we have. Except for the only thing we have is the indictment in California. Assistant U.S. Attorney argued against Banks' release, even on home confinement with electronic monitoring. As the allegations in this case make abundantly clear, Mr. Banks wasn't on the street pulling the trigger. He was the one who allegedly orchestrated the murder for hire. He was given the green light to book the flights. As one of his associates was booking the flights for 5 co-conspirators to fly to LA to commit the murder, Mr. Banks sends a text saying not to put his name on those flights. The text, dude, I don't think that text message is enough. Do they have more evidence? Suddenly taking a turn for Durk.
If Durk sent this is what I said about that text message. If Durk sent the text message out, right, and said, don't use my associating with that, people saying that's like a sign of guilt. I'm saying that's a sign of, if I know my own boys out to do some dumb shit, or I just know they idiots, I'm like, yo, don't put my name on no dumb shit. What's wrong with that? What did Lil Durk do wrong? Let's get back to this, yo.
Justin Redacted. I'm a producer and sound engineer. I've been working with Mr. Banks since 2021 in a professional capacity. I make this declaration in support of Mr. Banks. I have personal knowledge of the matter set forth in this declaration and am willing and available to testify regarding the below at evidentiary hearing set by this court. I'm professionally known as Just Vibes. I've been working with Mr. Banks since 2021 when we met at a recording studio operated by Sony Music, formerly known as Triangle Sound Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. At the time, I was honored to work with him and really maintain a successful relationship. I'm his main sound engineer. Since 2021, we have recorded several albums and high charting records. On January 25th, I had recorded a song with Mr. Banks where we recorded the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, which at the time we called Too Toxic. I loaded the song up around 5:39 p.m. Mr. Banks then wrote the verse right there in the studio, and we recorded the song and finished it in less than an hour. So sound engineer is pulling up with file names, the original file names, because that's usually what happens. I've seen that. Artists don't know the title of the song yet for months, so they just name it something random when they're in the studio. Once we recorded the song, I bounced out a rough draft, in parentheses, saved a copy in audio format, and named it Toxic Babyface featuring Lil Durk at 6:33 p.m. After that, we continued with the rest of the session. Attaching to this app data are screenshots of timestamps of the original project file and the audio file I received in the saved version of the file. I declare the penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States that the foregoing is true and correct. So January 25th, 2022, you see that date, right? That's 7 months before the murder. And they have proof that they recorded the song 7 months before the murder. How could he predict the future? He can't. And here's the files for Too Toxic at 5:39 p.m., January 25th, 2022. Then he saves it 6:34 p.m. Toxic Babyface featuring Lil Durk, and he even has the Pro Tools session. These types of files are hard to. I don't think you can even duplicate. You can't duplicate. You have to be a real nerd to know how to change these. Go into the data of the files or something.
The fans know.
I don't even know if that's possible.
It's not.
Screenshots usually don't go well in court. Like they're really easy to argue against because they could be changed. But either way, this is a W for Durk, boys. The judge had this all beforehand, so they were still like, fuck no, you're not getting out. When it was Finley's turn to address the court, the high-powered lawyer known for representing Youngboy, Cardi B, and President Trump said the alleged smoking gun in the government's indictment was defective. Listen up, here we go. He was referring to the government's allegation that Robinson's death, Banks sought to commercialize the shooting by rapping about his revenge on Bowman. The indictment references Banks' song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, released in December 22 with Babyface Ray. In the song, Bank raps, "Look on the news and see your son. You screaming, no, no." Prosecutors claimed it's a reference to Bowman seeing Robinson's dead body. Talking about Quando Rondo screaming no, no in that news clip. Finley said the song was recorded months before the shooting and offered a sworn declaration from the song's producer, Justin Gibson. The proverbial smoking gun is that the incident takes place, and then months later, Mr. Banks puts out a song to celebrate and commercialize it. That song was recorded approximately 8 months before the incident took place. They have all the timestamps from the producer. This took place not in August 2022, when the shooting took place. This music was produced, these lyrics performed by my client approximately 7 months before in January of 22. And this completely blindsided the federal attorneys. Reporters were saying they were shocked in the courtroom. They were like, wait, what? Like their faces, they were like, oh shit. So yeah, this doesn't really matter because his parents still denied it, but it shows a little bit of a glimpse of what this defense's case is going to be. Yes. They're going to be fighting, obviously. Yes. He's not taking no plea. Apparently a trial date is already set for January, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. I call cap on that, to be honest. But his defense lawyers are fighting, and they got fucking engineers pulling up dates and times of files, dude. Which is what they need exactly. I've been saying that for I'm happy for that, bro. Time, dude. And the fact that the flights were layovers and they weren't him just flying to anywhere to try to flee is also a good defense, in my opinion. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit subscribe.
He stole that story from Keeping It a G News. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro stole that story. Bro stole that story. All that information that he just said, he stole that from Keeping It a G News. On my mother, he stole that from Keeping It a G News. That's what they do. A lot of these big content is getting all this money off of YouTube. They steal content. I seen somebody steal my shit. I can't put it on a hand. I don't even be wanting to argue and fuss with the dudes. I just know if you stole it, that means you watching it. I'm going to keep working till I run them numbers up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, man. Who up? I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. Hand 5,000 in the morning, man. Come smoke one with me. Ride out. Because I ain't bringing no janky news. And I don't be showing the videos on that because you get copyright for shit like that. But I'm not even going to lie to you. And that's what I was pointing out. Lil Durk never tried to flee the country. He got the private jet because it was too many layovers. Lil Durk made the song that they brought up in court 7-8 months before the death. And Lil Durk told his mans, if y'all gonna do some bullshit, don't put my name, affiliate my name with it. What's wrong with that, y'all? Leave in the comment box. What did Lil Durk do wrong? You know what I mean? No, it's hand 5,000 with the dreads. Original gun. You see back there, boy? You see back there, boy? You see back there, boy? Look at that wall, boy. Let me blow this up. Look at that wall. That's Bob Marley back there, boy. The great Bob Marley. See that? You see that, boy? That's some people up there, boy. That's some good people up there, boy. That's some good people up there, boy. Don't play with me, boy. Whoopi Goldberg. That's some racist shit to say. It's original locks, Junior Gun. You know what I mean? Natural head, bro. What you talking about? These natural dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? You see my man in the back, Paul Marty. You see Ali in the back. You see Guru. You see Tupac. I mean, what you talking about? Troll boy. Y'all control though. Troll is cool. I don't be mad at y'all trolls. But back to what I was saying, I'm talking about real shit about a black brother just being bombarded by the federal government. Lil Durk gonna beat that joint. I feel like that after when Keeping It a G broke it down to me like, nah, yo, they railroading Lil Durk. They railroading Lil Durk. They railroading. And I said, man, shit. You know, because I'm from the ghetto. And in the ghetto, we truly believe this. This is what we believe. When the feds come, they got you. But in most recent years, it been individuals that's fighting them because they're not always right. You know what I mean? They're not always right. 80% of the chance they come, they got you. But they're not always right. They're not always right. They're not always right at all. That's a fact, though. They're not always right. They're not always right. You know what I'm saying? So in this case with Dirt, they lied on the Alpha David to bring Dirt in. They trumped up a case, and Dirt lawyer wants some smoke. He wants some smoke, and that's what happens when you can afford the proper defense. A lot of us that come from the urban community can't afford proper defense. So we got to go on with somebody telling us and feel like you have to take the best plea deal so you can get back home to your family. That's what happened. But Dirt got the money to fight, and I'm here to tell you, he going to fight. You know what I mean? He going to fight. And with Jay-Z, you know Jay-Z got the money to fight. He fought. And Diddy, they come to fight, man. These guys come to fight, bro. You know what I mean? So, and I always believe if someone gets arrested, charge them the right way because you swore the oath. If you deal with law, Congress, the government, anything, and you can send somebody to jail, you're sworn the oath to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So with that being said, they shouldn't be allowed to write up fake paperwork and put fake stuff and put lies in there, and then you still should be held behind bars. I think Lil Durk should be given bail because his lawyers proved beyond a reasonable doubt that it is false stuff that brought his con in here for this indictment and this murder charge. And I don't know what they got on the rest of the guys, but I'm talking about me because your defense attorney is worrying about you. And in some cases, your lawyer be so worried about you that he will throw your Cody's under the bus. I ain't even gonna hold you. Some lawyers will do that, Brad, because the lawyer let you know, boy, I'm all about getting my client off. You get what I'm saying? That's what they get paid. That's what they getting paid the millions of dollars for to bring Lil Durk home. That's what they getting paid. Jay-Z got this lawyer, got Tony Busby looking crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Boys with them dreadlocks ain't playing. You know what I mean? You know, they say dreadlocks bring that brains, it's knowledge. Them two boys, Lil Durk got the dreadlocks, Jay-Z got the dreadlocks, right? Both of them have proved people wrong. You get what I'm saying? Without that clean cut look, man, you got to second guess that. Them boys with the dreads, man, that's knowledge right here, man. The water in the sun, let your hair grow. Like Issa Wale Salam, may peace and blessings be upon him. If you know who that is, that's Jesus in Arabic. You know what I mean? Saying they said his hair was wool. You know what I mean? The locks, original. You know what I mean? Lil Durk got the locks, he's not stupid. Jay-Z got the locks, he's not stupid. You just can't play with nobody with them locks in the head. You can't play with them because it's knowledge. You know what I mean? That's what they believe. The dreadlocks is knowledge, bro. Jay-Z ain't play, making Tony Busby look stupid, making him second guess his client. He better go second guess all 120 of them people that lied on Jay, that's lying. You get what I'm saying? Like I said with Diddy, we all see what Diddy did with Cassie. Yes, he's guilty as charged with that. That's on candid camera. You can't, the man's guilty of domestic violence. The man may did some wild shit, but all them people that's coming forward on that man, 95% of them some goddamn lies. Chasing some money, chasing some drink. That big ass security guard that's locked up saying the man gave him a drug and then raped him. Man, you a man. How you feel like getting on TV saying the man raped you? Especially if you not in that, if you ain't into that. Stop that, man. That's a total violation, man. Come on, bro. You gave it to whatever that man giving it to you. A lot of them people 95% of them people. So in that Get Diddy situation, I believe in my heart. I'm gonna I'm gonna say 92% of them people lying. You might got a possible 8%. You might have a possible 8%. You might have some people that nigga done got above himself. But far as like raping, doing all that goofy shit, no sir. I don't believe that. You gotta fight, bro. You gotta fight back. Somebody hit you, didn't your mom and your daddy tell you if somebody hit you, you hit their ass back? That's what Lil Durk and Jay-Z did. Tony Bugsby came out there playing with that man. Man got a wife, 3 kids, and multiple business, and the legacy that he's up old at 54 years old. 54, 55 years old, man. I ain't got time to play like that. And he keeps striking. And I'm going to put investigators on you. Everything that you did to me, I'm going to do to you. They keeping their name out their mouth. That Diddy situation looking different. All them people that was running around at the Keeping It a G News, my brother said that, broke it down that man wasn't planning no 3 flights. That man wasn't doing this. After he did his research and realized, man, they lying. They lying on this man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to stand up for yourself. You just can't go lay down and curl up in the corner, especially if you know you didn't do nothing. If you innocent, bro, you gonna fight. Even guilty people fight. Guilty people fight more than innocent people. You know what I'm saying? Innocent people sometimes give up. Real shit. Innocent people give up. Guilty people fight all the time to the bloody end. But you got some innocent people that stand up and fight. And that man fighting. And when the people bring the charge papers, y'all, look in Durk paperwork and look at that flight. And he said, man, I caught a private flight because it was too many stops. They take me 10 hours, 12 hours on a private jet. It take you 24 hours to get flying the regular lines. Come on, man, make it make sense. They are wrong. They wrong, bro. They wrong. And they said the federal prosecutor's mouth dropped. Their mouth dropped in court. Let me see what this somebody ignorant said. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Go play somewhere, man. 7:33 in the morning. I'm up doing my job and getting ready to go to my second job. What you doing? Now, you gotta be stopped, bro. You gotta be stopped. You gotta be stopped. Honestly, you has to be stopped. You gotta be stopped. I put that good hybrid in me this morning. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So Durk, in my eyes, has a good chance of beating it. And they're gonna have to make something shake. That's when they're gonna strike all pleas, or they're gonna put the pressure down or try to bring somebody forward to tell. You get what I'm saying? Because they play dirty, so they gotta play dirty back. In Jay-Z situation, I feel like he already crushed him. Man, get out of my face, leave me alone. Don't play with me like that. I'm not the one to be played with. Diddy, he gotta fight it out. May the 5th, 2025, we gonna see what's going on with Diddy. They ain't trying to get a boy Diddy bail. Durk, they ain't trying to get the boy Durk bail. You can see why it's murders on shit. I don't understand. Diddy not bail? I can see Durk shit. You get what I'm saying? I can understand why Durk don't got bail because, you know, murders and all that stuff. I mean, they can hold you up for that. But being as though the evidence is not solid and concrete, he should get some type of bail. The mass shooting in Towson probably covers some more information. It's getting light outside. So it's probably going to be a big news flash on that. And I'm going to get back with it. You know what I mean? So, goddamn right. Yes, sir. So, the mass shooting in Wisconsin, I'm going to dig into shit deep because I know they're going to want to find out who that girl is and why did she do that. And I'm going to dig into crates, man. I'm going to get into crates with y'all, man. But, man, this is what I be doing. At 5,000 in the morning. Sometimes you're going to catch me. Sometimes I might be a little late, but between the hours of, I'm always tell you, I don't know if I'm ever making on 6 a.m. But, you know, 6 a.m. my hour. So that's what I like to do. I like to get on here between 6 a.m. and 7. I mean, within that hour to give y'all that morning rush. You know what I mean? Nah. Fat Ham, Baltimore. That's my name, bro. Y'all play. Why y'all say, like, what? I'm not even dark skinned, bro. Troll. I ain't even dark skinned, bro. Come on, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Dreads is knowledge. And them boys, back to what I was saying, them boys with them locks, they seen to go to war. And that boy Jay-Z, he did him dirty. He did him dirty. He did him just like you supposed to do him, man. I'm loving this, man. 2020 Four is going out with a bang. I can't wait to Uncle Murder wrap up. I might do a wrap up with content. You know what I mean? I might do a wrap up with content. I never seen nobody do that. Whole year wrap up and make jokes and laugh about it. Get my nephew Spaz to get on top of that. Let's create something to wrap up. You know what I mean? A wrap up. Everything that happened. But this thing is different. But I don't know what's going on other than Pittsburgh play the Ravens on Saturday. Be kicking ass. Holiday coming up. You know what I mean? I know y'all celebrate that. But man, hit that if you're not new to this channel. If you're new to this channel, you just tapping in for the first time. Can I get a like? Can you subscribe to my channel? You feel me? Hey, troll, what's going on? Trolls, subscribe to the channel so y'all can have y'all Whoopi Goldberg jokes and I could just laugh. Funny to me, man. I'm up, man. Got a good night. And I'm going to get into OTF Jam too later. I'm going to do a video on that with Jam talking about. And I'm going to give y'all some music, man. What y'all listening to, man? How y'all feel, man? Drop comments, answering all questions right now, man. Before I get on any questions you want to know, Rayful, anything that I talked about this morning, holla at me. Let's go. Boy, you talk fuck you being a black. Shut up, boy. Yeah, you ain't black, boy. Where you live at, boy? West Virginia? This is my trolling time. West Virginia? Where you from? West Virginia? You from Jersey Shore, PA. That's a type that be the type towns trolls be from. Jersey Shore, PA. They from towns you ain't even know exist. From back roads, man. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast, the rawest and dopest content on the planet. Let's go.